everyone! So I decided to film my winter 2017 favorites at the very last minute, and it is kind of a lot of things, so I will just cut right to the chase and get on with it. This here contains all the products that I loved using during the winter season. So let's get started with skincare. So these were PR samples from AyR through brand Backer. This is the AyR Hydrating Day Cream. It is a little bit thicker than most lotions, but I still really like it. It has helped my skin stay very hydrated throughout winter season, so I love it. And this here is the AyR Hydrating Night Cream. I think I like this more than the day cream. It's thick and it actually moisturizes my skin overnight. This here is another PR sample sent through brand Backer. It is the Valencia Night Revive Retinol Serum. This is supposed to fight wrinkles and basically provide more hydration as well. I've been using this for a couple of months. A lot of my dark spots from acne have been disappearing little by little, and so this has helped a lot in that because I have acne prone skin and my skin tends to scar a lot. It is a little bit on the pricier side, but I really love it. Next, I want to do a makeup, and I want to say that I never fully transitioned into the winter season makeup, so for the most part I was wearing natural looks. So anyway, let's start with the face products. Two of my favorite foundations were the Pacifica Ultra CC Cream Radiant Foundation and the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. So I know this technically is a CC cream, but I like it. It keeps my skin kind of hydrated. I also like that this one sort of gives my skin a natural glow, and it melts into the skin so well. I really recommend it. Unfortunately, this range only has 2 shades. The Bare Skin Foundation is another one that I've used throughout winter. I would say it's kind of light to medium coverage. It is a little buildable, but not entirely. I still have to use concealer to cover up my dark spots. One thing that I don't like about this foundation is that it does emphasize my dry spots. So I tend to really try to moisturize my skin before using this. A con from these 2 foundations is that they do contain SPF, so these are not good for flash photography. Do not use these at all. During the winter I get really pale, and so this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette has helped to sort of warm up my skin a little bit. I love how soft and buttery the formula feels, and I love how blendable it is. It's really great. I also recommend this to anyone who wants to try it. 2 highlighting products that I really liked were the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator and the NYX Bright Idea Illuminating Stick. I love using the liquid illuminator along with the Bare Minerals foundation because it gives my skin a really pretty glow, and I don't know, it's really good. It blends really nicely with my foundation, and it's really pigmented, and so it gives you a very nice intense highlight. This product I like because it's a cool tone highlighter, and this is actually the only one that I have. Being that it's winter, I really like cool tone colors. I'm pretty sure I am going to keep using it throughout the year. Lastly, for face products, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray. It does make my makeup last all day. One thing that I do not like is the spritzer. The spritzer sucks for this, and yeah, I get it, it's cheap, but I feel like the product sort of makes up for the quality of the spritzer, I guess. I do recommend it because it is pretty affordable. Moving on to eye makeup. It's safe to say that the Milani Stay Put Brow Color is one of my favorites. I have not tried any other brand of brow pomade, but I really like this one. Milani usually makes really nice quality products for a drugstore brand, so I definitely recommend it. My 2 favorite eyeshadow palettes, they're both from Ulta, the Rose Gold eyeshadow palette and the Miss Fabulous palette. This was a collaboration with Jenny Fox. As you all know, I've been using these 2 palettes for my project pan, which is gonna be over pretty soon. I like this palette a lot. I would say that these are more cool tone shades. I love that the entire top row is shimmers and the entire bottom row is mattes, and these are the kinds of palettes that I love. I love matte shades, so anytime a palette has a lot of matte shades, I am so grateful for that. The Miss Fabulous palette has just a lot of warm shades. One thing that I love about this palette is that it doesn't have dark shades. So it's one of those palettes where you'd probably make just a lot of neutral natural looks. As mentioned for the other palette, I love mattes, and unfortunately this only has, let's see, one, two, three, about 3 matte shades, and the rest of them are shimmers. However, I do like that some of these have a little less shimmer than the rest, and so I can still use them for my crease. Other than that, the palette is great pigmentation. I love the formula, they're really blendable. I'm not entirely sure if this is a limited edition or not, but if it's not, I do recommend getting it, especially if you like to do natural looks. Next is one of my holy grails. It is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I definitely recommend it. I love that it's like smudge proof, so once you put it on, if you try to smudge it with your finger, it does not budge, literally. Lastly, a product that I've grown to love, the Ulta Voluptuous Volume Mascara. At first I hated it, but someone said that you sort of have to break in mascaras. And as I use it more and more, I really like it. It really does give my lashes a lot of volume, and I think it would compare to the AyR Black Magic Mascara that I loved. I still love that one. It is a little bit pricey compared to this one, so I definitely think that I will probably buy this again once I run out because it's really great. Lastly, lippies. I don't have very many lip liners, but these are some of my favorite ones. These are the Essence lip liner. This one is the 06 Satin Mauve. I hope I'm saying that right. This one is 11 in the nude. I like them. They're kind of creamy. I'm not sure what else to say about them. They do go well with a lot of lipsticks that I have, so these are some of my staples. The other two are from NYX. This one is in Vanilla Sky, and then this darker one is, let's see, Sand Beige. These go really well with my liquid suedes, so I really love this, and I love how creamy they are. They're retractable, which is always nice to have. That way I don't have to keep sharpening them. My next products, the NYX Liquid Suedes. This one is Sandstorm, and this one is Cherry Skies. I do have 2 other shades, but these are the ones that I have been wearing the most this season. I love them. This one is really vampy, and this one is more natural looking. In my opinion, they're not as drying as other matte lipsticks, so that's one of the reasons why I really like these. I always recommend them to everybody. Next is fashion, and it's very short. One word, leggings. I have a couple solid black pairs. I think these 2 I got from Wet Seal. Then I have this one from Ross, and then another one that I also bought from Ross. They're all very soft. They keep me warm throughout the winter, and I love them so much. I'm actually wearing some leggings right now as well. I just really love them for winter because it gets so cold over here. So I wasn't sure if this was part of fashion, but another one of my fashion favorites would be this lovely bright purple wig. I have taken so many pictures with this wig. I really love it. Finally, moving on to entertainment. So I've been watching Netflix. I actually binge watch Netflix a lot. And one of those shows that we started watching as soon as it was released is a series of unfortunate events. I loved the books growing up, even though I didn't finish reading them all the way through. If you can't find something to watch, I really recommend it. The next show is another Netflix original. It's called Good Morning Call. It's based on the manga of the same name. And if you don't know what manga is, it's basically Japanese comics. I don't call them comics, but I mean that's the best way to describe them to someone who doesn't know what that is. Anyway, it's a romantic comedy. It's in Japanese. I love every single one of the characters, and there are also some scenes that sort of pull at your heartstrings. If you're interested in it, go check out the trailer on Netflix. If you do end up watching it, let me know what you think. Moving on to music, so many good songs. I did a top 5 Porter Robinson songs in December because we went to see him live. I think that the top songs that I have been listening to a lot during winter, the first one is Divinity. That song just, I don't know, it just lifts me up. The second one is Lionhearted. Third one is Flicker. I love the lyrics because they're in Japanese. There is a line that is repeated over and over again, and that line means I'm just trying to find out what's important. The music that Porter Robinson makes is just fantastic. I have also been listening to Odessa. 2 of my favorite songs that will never get old is Bloom and another song called If You Don't. If You Don't is one of my favorite songs just because of the bass. Everything about that song is just perfect. Lastly, a band that my husband introduced me to, Future Islands. When my husband first found this band, he just kept playing the same song over and over and over, and I was getting so sick of it. But the song grew on me, and now I listen to it all the time. The song that started it all is called Seasons. The second song that he found shortly after that song, he played even more and still does. We've seen live versions of the song on YouTube, and the guy is amazing. He really gets into the music, and you can tell that this guy really loves what he does. It's bands like this that I love. Anyway, the song is called Long Flight. It's just a really great song. I don't know what else to say about it. The next song from Future Islands is Vero's Eye. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then the song that has become one of my favorites from this band, hands down, is called Inch of Dust. I like this song just because it's a little bit different than the other songs that this band has. I really love that towards the end of the song he harmonizes so well, at least in my opinion he does. Anyway, we keep finding more and more songs from this band, and I just, like, every song that I listen to, I love it. It's just one of those bands that just gets you. Like, they know how to make music. The lyrics are so well written. The beats go with everything. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I'm very passionate about music, and I know a lot of you know that. And this is probably one of my all-time favorite bands. I can honestly say that now. So that is it, my winter 2017 favorites. If you have written a blog post or have done a video on your favorites, whether they're monthly or seasonal, I would love to check them out. So feel free to leave me some links over on my blog post or down below. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.